Published in 1976, When God Was a Woman by Merlin Stone delves into a historical analysis of the period before the rise of the Judeo-Christian God, when ancient societies revered female deities and followed matriarchal systems. Stone's work examines a time when women were viewed as sacred, powerful, and central to societal structures. These cultures, she argues, placed women in prominent positions of leadership, spirituality, and governance. Through archeological evidence, mythological analysis, and historical records, Stone presents a compelling narrative that reclaims the significance of goddesses and matriarchal values, revealing how they were integral to the fabric of early civilization. Stone portrays women as sacred entities, often embodying life-giving and nurturing qualities associated with fertility, the earth, and the moon. Female deities held positions of supreme authority, influencing social, political, and religious life. The worship of goddesses in societies like Ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia is not just incidental but foundational to their worldview. These goddesses represented not only the creative and sustaining forces of life but also wisdom, justice, and power. Stone's analysis brings forth archetypes of the powerful, benevolent matriarch, figures who were revered, respected, and essential to societal well-being. The book weaves together the threads of these archetypal women, painting a picture of a world where women's roles as leaders and sacred figures were both celebrated and institutionalized. This contrasts starkly with the later patriarchal structures that began to dominate the religious and cultural landscapes. Stone argues that the eventual overthrow of matriarchal societies and goddess-reverent traditions set the stage for the imbalanced power dynamics seen in contemporary societies. She traces how this shift not only diminished women's roles in religious life but also altered the course of human history, leading to the patriarchal norms that define many modern cultures. Stone's work highlights how these peaceful, benevolent societies, where reverence for the goddess and respect for women's roles were central, were systematically attacked and undermined. She details how the ancient tribes, including the Hebrews, began to subvert and destroy these matriarchal societies. Their religious texts and cultural practices, she argues, contributed to the decline of goddess worship and the rise of a male-dominated religious structure. This process was further accelerated by the early Christians, whose teachings and institutions played a significant role in the final destruction of these traditions. The book outlines the ways in which the male-dominated religious systems sought to erase the memory of goddesses, replacing them with male gods and patriarchal narratives that positioned women as subordinate. The Hebrew Bible, for instance, begins with a male god who creates woman from man's rib, establishing a hierarchy that privileges men. Stone suggests that this creation story and others like it were deliberate attempts to rewrite history, erasing the once powerful images of goddesses and female authority. By doing so, the new patriarchal religions not only redefined the role of women but also justified their subjugation in religious, political, and social life. Through her historical analysis, Stone exposes the methods used to discredit the matriarchal societies and their goddess-centered traditions. She argues that the shift to male-dominated religions was neither natural nor inevitable but the result of deliberate, calculated efforts to reshape societal values. In doing so, the conquerors of these goddess-revering societies imposed a new worldview that diminished the role of women and their spiritual authority, creating the foundations of patriarchal society as we know it today. Stone's work urges readers to recognize the significance of this historical transformation and to understand how it has shaped modern gender dynamics. When God Was a Woman is an exploration of how ancient, peaceful, and matriarchal societies were gradually overtaken by patriarchal cultures. It reveals the cultural, religious, and social transformations that led to the marginalization of women and the erasure of the goddess from collective memory. By examining this period, Stone provides valuable insights into the roots of modern inequality and challenges readers to reconsider the deeply ingrained structures of power that continue to shape society today.